Hello United fans, welcome to the United Report, your go-to source for the latest news, match updates and transfer stories straight from Old Trafford. Ruben Amorim is severely restricted in what he can do this month because of PSR and Manchester United's tight budget. United splashed out £177.6 million in the summer, and this means they must generate money before they can spend it. Marcus Rashford is the obvious candidate, and United want £40 million for the former England striker. United also have loan offers for Antony, which will help reduce their wage bill. Casemiro is another player who could leave in January, with Sir Jim Ratcliffe desperate to offload his big earners. And while they will focus on selling, the Premier League giants are keen on bringing new players to Old Trafford to bolster Amorim's squad. So what could happen this month? Mirror Football takes a look. United are highly unlikely to get their £40 million asking price for Rashford, and a loan deal looks more likely. AC Milan are keen, and his representatives have met the Serie A to thrash out his move. The sticking point is his wages, and Milan's top earner is on £150,000 a week, meaning United would have to agree to pay £175,000 a week of his reported salary to make a deal happen. Ambitious Como are prepared to pay all of Rashford's £325,000 a week salary, but the hitman is not keen about joining a relegation fight at the bottom of Serie A. Rashford has also attracted interest from Borussia Dortmund and Juventus, but has turned down a move to the MLS and Saudi Arabia's Pro League. Napoli are keen on Garnacho, who has been one of the main victims of Amorim's switch to his favoured 3-4-3 formation. The Argentina winger has started just 5 of Amorim's first 13 games in charge of United, and he axed him from his squad completely for last month's derby win over Manchester City. This has alerted Napoli, and they are looking for a wideman because Georgia star Kavica Kvaratskhelia is joining Paris Saint-Germain. United are in no mood to sell Garnacho if Napoli did make an offer this month, but their interest reflects the new uncertainty over his future. Garnacho, 20, has managed just 1 goal and 1 assist, as he has struggled to adapt to life under Amorim. Real Betis are leading the chase for Antony, who looks set to leave Old Trafford on loan this month. Antony has been a massive flop since his £86 million move from Ajax in 2022, and United are keen to offload the winger who earns a reported £200,000 a week. The Brazilian's agent Junior Pedroso claims he has been inundated with calls from prospective clubs and said, "Many clubs have approached us for Antony's move." Olympiacos were also keen on landing Antony, but it is understood he is not keen on moving to Greece. The Brazil midfielder is one of United's 2 top earners on a reported £375,000 a week, and this has blocked their attempts to offload him. The 32-year-old has 18 months left on his contract, and interest from Galatasaray failed to materialise into a move in the summer. There is interest from Saudi Arabia and the MLS, but Casemiro will not leave unless his wages are matched by his new club, and United Eriksen is set to leave on a free in the summer when his contract expires, and United would accept a discounted fee for the Danish playmaker this month. Eriksen, who turns 33 next month, faded from prominence last season under Erik Ten Hag, and that decline has continued this season. Like Eriksen, Lindelof is due to leave on a free in the summer when the Swedish defender will be out of contract. Again, United would be interested in receiving any transfer sum they could get next month to help get round PSR, but Amorim feels he needs a top-class left-back to operate in his 3-4-3 formation, and his eyes have turned to his former wonderkid, Nuno Mendes. Mendes spent a season under Amorim at Sporting as a teenager before he joined Paris Saint-Germain in 2021. The Portuguese star has just under 18 months left on his PSG contract and has turned down their offer of a new deal, alerting United. PSG may have to sell to avoid losing him for nothing in 2026, and this may be a deal for the summer. This remains a dream for Amorim, and it is highly unlikely the Sweden hitman will be reunited with his old Sporting Lisbon boss this month. Gyökeres is one of the hottest strikers in Europe, and Sporting have slapped an £83 million release clause on his head, although it is understood they would accept between £62 million and £70 million for their most prized asset. The Manchester United training grounds were buzzing with intensity today as the team prepared for their much-anticipated clash against Brighton and Hove Albion. Under the leadership of their new head coach Ruben Amorim, the squad displayed focus and determination as they aimed to bounce back from recent setbacks and regain momentum in their Premier League campaign. Amorim, known for his tactical ingenuity and disciplined approach, has wasted no time in stamping his authority on the team. His session today emphasised high pressing, quick transitions, and defensive organisation key strategies to counter Brighton's fluid style of play. Players were seen engaging in small-sided games that focused on maintaining possession under pressure, a drill that Amorim personally oversaw. He was particularly vocal, urging his midfielders to be sharper with their passes and encouraging the wingers to exploit the wide spaces. Surprisingly, Raphael Varane and Anthony Martial were conspicuously absent from the session. Sources close to the club suggest that Amorim has decided not to include the duo in the squad for this match, citing tactical reasons and a desire to maintain squad discipline. Varane's exclusion raised eyebrows, as his experience and defensive solidity would typically be an asset against a side like Brighton. Meanwhile, Martial's inconsistency in recent weeks might have influenced Amorim's decision to give others a chance to prove their worth. With Varane and Martial out of contention, Amorim is expected to field a younger, more dynamic lineup. Harry Maguire and Lisandro Martinez were seen working as a central defensive pair, while Rasmus Højlund and Marcus Rashford looked sharp during attacking drills, suggesting they will lead the line. Amorim is also rumoured to be considering a tactical shift to a 4-3-3 formation, a setup he used effectively at his previous club, Sporting CP. The system would allow Bruno Fernandes more freedom to dictate play while offering defensive stability in the midfield, with Casemiro and Sofiane Amrabat. Brighton, under Roberto De Zerbi, have been one of the league's most entertaining sides, known for their attacking football and resilience. Amorim, aware of the challenge ahead, reportedly held a detailed analysis session with the team, breaking down Brighton's key players and tactics. Players such as Kaoru Mitoma and Evan Ferguson were highlighted as major threats, with specific instructions given to the full-backs and midfielders on how to neutralise their impact. Despite the notable absences and the pressure of the upcoming match, the mood at Carrington was positive. The players appeared united and eager to impress their new boss, with Marcus Rashford summing up the atmosphere in a post-training interview. Manchester United will host Brighton at Old Trafford later today, and all eyes will be on Amorim's first major test as head coach. Fans will be hoping his tactical acumen and bold decisions pay off as the Red Devils look to secure a much-needed victory. The stakes are high, and the stage is set for an electrifying encounter. Manchester United striker Joshua Zirkzee has been reprimanded by the FA, but avoided a ban. The Dutch striker celebrated somewhat controversially after Ahmad's late heroics secured the Red Devils a 3-1 comeback win against Southampton on Thursday night. Zirkzee made an important contribution off the bench 5 days on from notching the winning penalty in the FA Cup shootout success over Arsenal. But after Ahmad's third goal secured all 3 points, the ex-Bologna star turned to the Stretford end and grabbed his crotch in a suggestive fashion. A similar gesture saw Jude Bellingham handed a one-game ban and £25,000 fine after England beat Slovakia at Euro 2024, leading to fears that Zirkzee could face a similar punishment. However, the FA have opted against taking action. A statement read, "As guidance, we have issued Joshua Zirkzee with a reminder of his responsibilities, and he will face no further action." United's win over the Premier League's bottom club has them 13th in the table ahead of their meeting with Brighton on Sunday, with Ruben Amorim admitting there will be more ups and downs before the season is over. "I think it's going to be hard until the end of the season," Amorim said. "It's going to be a little bit that roller coaster. Then it depends on the time you have to train. We are still in the Cup and we have UEFA games for the Europa League. Then it's important also to focus on next Thursday when Rangers visit Old Trafford to win and to try to be in that top 8. In that way, you can take 2 games from the schedule and have a full week, so we are trying to do everything at the same time. We had 7 trainings together in 14-15 games. It's really hard, but we have to continue and try to win it. Sometimes playing good, sometimes playing bad. We will try to win games." Alejandro Garnacho's Manchester United departure has been given the green light by Liverpool and Tottenham's failure to land their respective transfer targets. United rejected a bid from Napoli worth just under £40 million for Garnacho this week, with the Red Devils demanding a fee closer to their £60 million valuation of the player. The 20-year-old winger's Old Trafford future has come under doubt since he was dropped by Ruben Amorim for the 2-1 win over Manchester City in December. Talks over a new contract with Garnacho have also been unproductive, while United would be open to selling the Argentine due to a potential sale, helping them stay on the right side of PSR rules. He himself is reportedly receptive to a move to the Serie A league leaders too. He has Khvicha Kvaratskhelia to thank if Napoli end up tabling a huge bid. Given that the Georgian winger forced through a move to Paris Saint-Germain this January, Napoli will have the funds required to sign a much-needed replacement. Kvaratskelia's PSG transfer, worth around £59 million, is now nearing completion after he confirmed his Napoli exit on social media on Thursday. It was reported earlier this month that Liverpool were long-term admirers of Kvaratskhelia and were considering a move for the 23-year-old. But PSG are believed to have struck an agreement with Napoli, paying Kvaratskelia's fee over 3 instalments as he arrived in Paris on Thursday, completing his medical the following morning. That, in turn, has concluded the transfer saga surrounding out-of-favour PSG forward Randal Kolo Muani. With Kvaratskelia's arrival, PSG agreed to send Kolo Muani, who they signed for £77 million in 2023, to Juventus on a 6-month loan deal, as he was deemed surplus to requirements. Juventus will now cover the Frenchman's wages until the end of this season, which comes as a blow to several other clubs, including Spurs, who reportedly wanted to sign Kolo Muani this January. However, Juve do not have an option to buy him permanently, which means PSG will still look to find a permanent destination for the 26-year-old in the summer. Spurs were reported by David Ornstein on NBC Sports to have made Kolo Muani their primary transfer target this month, while United also showed some interest. Ange Postecoglou was said to be impressed by the forward's versatility, but the North Londoners will now have to look for an alternative to the former Eintracht Frankfurt star.